Hey everyone, I am Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and I'm super excited because I will be doing a couple of lives, and these lives will be you kind of walking along with me as I clean up my deck wish list. That's one live session that we'll be doing where I'm sharing the screen and at many points during our time together. And I am showing you my massively long wish list, and you will see me call that wish list because I was looking at some of the decks that are on there, and some I'm like, I don't know if I really want them. It's been on my wish list for a while, and I don't think I'm going to get it. Or some that are out of print, and I might just still keep them up there, or I may not. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be the first live session that I do. And then I have the other aspects of my spreadsheets that I need to update. So for example, I have a list of decks that I had given away. Like it was showing all the decks that I've given away or sold. And I now need to update my main spreadsheets for my tarot and my oracle decks, and just make sure that they list now just what I really truly have in my collection. I'm doing all of this to prepare for the task of seeing what decks are still that are at my parents' house, and asking and enlisting some of my family members to either help me to sell the ones that I'm no longer called to keep, or to just keep the ones I want boxed up until I can get to them, or trade them or sell them, or gift them to people out, in my old hometown who may want them. So that's a big project that I'll be working on this year. This is a byproduct of my death year that I went on in 2020. The truth of the matter is there's a lot of decks in my collection, especially the ones that I left behind when I decided to go off and sell my home and leave everything behind. I just realized, I was like, I'm not really missing those decks, and I don't know if I ever will, and I just can't stand the thought of having decks just sitting there and that I'm not using. So it's a project. It is a international project with my decks, and I wanted to show you because I often talk to you all about the course that I created with it, which is the choosing your next deck, curating your collection. And in the videos that I have in that course, and then the live discussion lectures that I have done since the course creation, I take you on the journey of my spreadsheets. And so this is my spreadsheets in action, like when I really need them, and I'm grateful for them. And you'll see why. So the first live session that we will tackle, and it 90% likely it will be a Zoom, or not a Zoom. It might be a Zoom, but more likely it's going to be StreamYard, and I'll share the screens, or it could be Zoom. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how I'm feeling. But I will definitely announce when I will be going live, and it'll be fun. You'll get to see kind of in my mind and what was going on when I added it, and now me maybe updating my wish list. I'm really excited about updating it because there's like, I don't know, I want to say it's like 45 decks on there. I'm not going to make you guys suffer through much because there are some that I just looked at and I'm like, they're coming off. And it's not that these are bad decks. These are not, these are probably very popular decks that I'm going to be taking off my wish list, for example. But I just really am loving the decks that I have here with me. And my tastes have changed, and I'm okay with that. And it's nice to be able to have spreadsheets to kind of help me to see how my tastes have changed. And this is more content that I will be also adding to the course later. Once we upload the lives, I then will share it to the course so that way people can see it. I like to add to the course content with new information that I come up with, or new thoughts, or things like this where it's interactive, where I'm going to be like, okay guys, this is me digging in and being very transparent with you all on my deck collecting journey. This is not for everyone. Not everyone appreciates spreadsheets. Not everyone appreciates tracking anything or needs to in their mind, and that's okay. That's completely okay. But this is for folks who are like me, who need that to kind of keep their head on straight when it comes to collecting. And now when I'm getting decks, it makes it so much more fun, and I feel so much more confident about decks that I'm drawn to and decks that I know will be coming into my collection versus ones that were either FOMO related or they were inexpensive, and I was like, well, everybody likes that deck, so I'll just throw it on the wish list. There might be something I like about it. Now I'm very clear about what it is I do and don't really want in a deck. And that's because of the course that I created. Me going through that process and me continuing to go through that process has been not just a teaching moment for those who have joined on this free course, but also for me as I'm actively learning and growing with this whole thing. And so it's gonna be great. Stay tuned. Join me. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. What's on your wish list? Have you updated it lately? Have you cleaned it out? Do you have 0 on your wish list? I used to be that one who only had maybe a couple of things on my wish list. Why? Because I was buying up all the decks. My pre-order list, or my pre-order Kickstarter backlist that I have, was super long. And then my wish list was super short. And then what happened was, when I went through my death year and then when I moved, things shifted. Now I have 0 on my backer list or my pre-order list, and quite a bit on my wish list. But I'm even looking at that wish list and I'm like, I need it tighter and more concise and more actually in alignment with where my tastes are. So that way, if a loved one like my husband's like, I want to get you something nice, I'm like, well, you can get something from my most updated tracking sheet of my wish list. So that's it, folks. I just wanted to do a quick video about Abundant Life Tarot Academy, and the course, the one course that I have there now, is free to you, and check it out. Check out the content, use it as you need to and as you wish. And yeah, let me know what you think about the course. It is still available. I will be resuming the discussions. In the past I've done Zoom live calls where people join me and we discuss a particular lesson that's from that course, and that will be picking back up probably next month. I'll be sending out a notice for the next lecture discussion that will be coming out, so that way people can plan accordingly and join me. So it will continue until I've gone through all 10 lessons. Probably 9 lessons. I don't know if I'll do a 10th one, And I think the next one we're going to be meeting up on, it'll be fun. It'll be, well, just check out lesson 6 and you'll know that'll be the lecture discussion that we're talking about. And so we're at 6 and then we've got to get to 9. So we'll still be working with it. And yeah, it's changed me. It's changed how I consume decks now. Like literally, I will see beautiful decks, gorgeous decks, and I just don't feel this need to get it. And some people, it could be that they are no longer in love with tarot or collecting at all, but that's not it for me. In fact, I really am in this utility type of thing with my decks right now. Are they able to be worked with? Are they able to Can I teach with it? Can I learn from it? And can I work with it? And that's where I'm at with my card usage right now. I've actually fallen deeply in love with reading the cards for people, reading the cards for myself again, and loving on the decks and really deepening the connection that I have with the decks that have made it here. And you guys know, I had quite a few that came, and there's still so many more in the States that I have to address, and I do intend to address, and I've got to get creative. And so this is me getting creative. All right, guys, it's getting hot in here. I got to go and cool off. So I'll chat with you all later. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around in those live Zoom or StreamYard sessions. Bye.